12 months ago, I would have not expected I would be in the industry I am now, working in such a cool place with such amazing people. Hey, I'm Kirsty and I'm a business solutions consultant.
Hi, I'm Tristan. I'm a DevOps consultant.
I was in tech, but it was much more strategic, operating model sort of stuff. I had no hands-on experience. I didn't really do much work in teams. It was purely advisory. From my old role, I knew that advisory wasn't for me. I wanted to get more hands-on and get more engaged with teams. And to be honest, I didn't think I'd land a job like Cevo. You see all these ads and you think, oh, my role isn't really aligned. As soon as I had the first meeting with Cevo, I was sort of hooked.
On my first day, I went and joined a couple of our colleagues on a client site and pretty much just sat between the two of them, and they just asked me questions about kind of what I knew.
And I was lucky enough to be shadowing on a client piece in the office, so I was able to get a chance to get to know a few more of my Cevo colleagues. A lot of this stuff was so brand new to me that I didn't even know where to start for a lot of it. But with working in a team, it was amazing. I was able to apply some of the knowledge that I already had and my problem-solving techniques to be able to help the client problem, while also upskilling in a lot of things.
At the start of month 3, I ended up going to my third client, and that was a pretty abrupt shift from what it had been. Instead of playing around in a sandbox, I rocked up and was essentially said, okay, here's what we would like you to work on and deliver. It was a really fantastic step for me, and it was a really great process in general, because I got to essentially just find my feet and had amazing people to work with.
After that, I went to another client where it was a lot more thrown in the deep end with sort of support, which is often sort of the Cevo way. You know, there was a lot of self-driven learning required because it was quite a big step, but at the same time I knew that I had the Cevo hive mind available to ask. I had our account management, I had my colleagues on site as well to help out with that, but the feeling of achievement after that 6 week was pretty incredible. The Cevo hive mind is something that took me a while to wrap my head around when I first joined Cevo, because it's a bit of a different concept, but it's sort of the pooled, shared knowledge of everyone that works here and the ability to tap into that whenever you need. So there's been many times when, it happens across all industries, when you first start a new project or first start something and you think, how should I approach this, how should I tackle this? Whereas at Cevo, we have a number of different communication channels we use to just ask each other. And it's amazing the responses and the thoroughness of what you get back and how much you can collaborate on something that you feel like should be your own problem. It suddenly becomes everyone's problem and everyone's jumping in to help.
It's been pretty amazing for me. I decided I wanted to change careers, jumped into this bootcamp, and probably didn't expect to start working at a place like Cevo. I couldn't have asked for a better first year at being in this industry. I did join us knowing that the learning curve was going to be really steep, but that was something I was absolutely up for. One of the main attractors for me was I felt like I'd learn more in 6 months here than I would in a year and a half if I did get a front-end dev job somewhere.
I guess the expectation for me coming into Cevo, I felt like, there was a large expectation on me to be ready to learn and grow and absorb everything as much as I could really fast. It wasn't done in an unsafe way. I knew that it was really set up that I'd come in and have the opportunity to be able to learn off people, but what really made me excited about it was not many companies invest this sort of training in you up front to gain those skills. We've got our monthly huddles, so we get to touch base with other consultants because we're all off all over the place, and monthly hustles as well, where we get to talk about cool tech stuff or other skills development areas and things like that.
Yeah, there's definitely good learning opportunities outside of what you learn on the job. I'm still not really sure.
I have no idea.